The Great Southern is home to some incredible stories, ones that will capture your heart, your imagination. There's so much to fall in love with. The food scene here is incredible. There's craft breweries popping up all over the place, and there's an overnight success story, a distillery that's 20 years in the making, that's winning awards everywhere, that everybody who comes to Albany should check out. And when I found out we had this story to do for Destination WA, I volunteered immediately. Cameron Syme has a remarkable story. As a young man, he was growing up in the northeast wheatbelt region, and he was fascinated by stories of his Scottish family's distilleries that led him to learn how to make his own. Cameron was the first Australian spirit producer to win a gold medal in the UK International Wine and Spirits Competition. And then Limeburners Heavy Peat single malt whisky is now the winner of the American Distilling Institute USA's Best International Craft Whisky. That is the best in the world. What a trophy to collect. And it's the second time that Cameron's won the world title. What's the magic to your whiskies?
Really, it's point of where it's made.
Yep.
So in the wine world, they talk about terroir, sort of the location of the grapes and the importance of the environment on the product.
Yep.
And in whiskey, that's really, we concentrate things, so it's even more concentrated. So for me, it was the location. Albany in this spot, where we are on the edge of Princess Royal Harbour, access to great quality grain, some of the best barleys in the world, great water from limestone aquifers underneath the distillery, as well as access to a peat bog, which is pretty unique for us over near the Valley of the Giants. And our environment generally, like it's clean, it's pristine, that was the key.
We're talking about Limeburners down here in Albany, but you're also in Margaret River?
Yes, yeah, so University is over in Margaret River. So for me, I wanted to have our distillers be able to focus, it's all about pursuit of excellence, trying to do the very best you can. So I didn't want multiple spirits in that same distillery.
Yep.
So whiskey made here, let's focus on quality whiskey here, let's focus on quality gin there.
Yep. And now in the Swan Valley, people can have a similar experience?
Yeah, they can. We're not producing the Swan Valley. It's a cellar door and venue. But we did have a lot of people internationally particularly who would say they'd come to Perth and then, the 4 or 5 hours travel to Albany was a bit far. And so we thought, look, Swan Valley, let's showcase to the world what WA has to offer. The great bourbons of Kentucky and Tennessee were the whiskies that first captured Cameron's attention as he developed a taste for these dark spirits in his youth. To this day, that bourbon spirit still runs in his blood, and he's turned his talents to creating a great West Australian bourbon, Tiger Snake Sour Mash Whisky. This is where, I guess, a lot of the magic happens. Whisky, or single malt particularly, only has 5 ingredients in it, Trev. There's grain, malted barley, water, yeast, a barrel, and thyme. So you're seeing 2 of those bits working here together, the barrel and the thyme part. So yeah, we have a really stringent wood policy. We import container loads, shipping containers of old bourbon barrels from the United States.
Right.
We get Heavens Hill and Woodford Reserve, Four Roses, Jack Daniels.
Wow.
We use those then for aging our single malt whiskey for the first couple of years. And then after they've matured in an American bourbon, probably 80% of them we transfer into a second cask. A barrel is like a big stock cube. So the whiskey's soaking up those flavours and the congeners are flavouring. There's this massive sort of science experiment of molecular change going on.
Now, just tell me about this one. This is particularly interesting.
Yeah, so this is a peated whiskey, one of our peaty, smoky whiskies. It's been matured in an American oak bourbon barrel and then in an Australian sherry cask or fortified apera. That's luscious, thick, really thick mouthfeel. I'm getting some salted caramel, that smoke and peaty elements coming through.
It's not overly peaty and it's smooth. 2024 will also see the release of the distillery's first age statement whiskies, a 12-year-old and a sublime 18-year-old single malt whisky. And Cameron isn't finished yet.
People have been saying to me for a long time, please produce a rum. Now, we're not in a sugarcane region, although I believe in the Kojonup used to grow sugarcane in its day. But yeah, we don't have sugarcane around us. So we have managed to bring in some blackstrap molasses and we've been maturing that or distilling it into rum using a very old French Caribbean, like I guess everything we do with attention to detail and get very nerdy about it. So very old French Caribbean method of making rum, and that'll be out within the next couple of months as a 5-year-old rum.
Limeburners is another great attraction that you must experience when you're down here visiting Albany. And even if you don't have a love for whiskey, you'll love the story behind this remarkable experience.